approaches to master plan. And in that, when we talked of this constitutional amendment, that a changing role of urban local body, so the development authorities, then what do they do? What is their role? In fact, if we talk of governance and how does development authority, where do they fit in? So maybe in fact, their role becomes more of a technical. We suggested that they can be more of a technical assistance to the state government for sanctioning or approving all the plans, because ultimately the state government is going to sanction and approve the plans. But the urban local body should be made capable to do it. All the urban local bodies may be in a district as a part of that. There may be other municipal councils apart from the municipal corporations. So they can. So how do they put it under one umbrella? Who looks after the peri-urban? So all that, then maybe the development authorities role changes too. So this sort of a suggestion we had given as part of the report. So this I wanted to share with.
The Moini Commission has said that development authorities should be merged with the city government, and if you are not merging, then 50% of their profit should be transferred to local governments.
Related to FSI also, I had a point. Like, for example, we had the property taxes and all that for our existing land use and all that. But when we started building metros and all that, especially if we take the example of Gurgaon, because I personally involved with the student, we did a study just last year back, and it got published also in Indian Journal of Regional Science, where we thought that if the metro has currently come up in the city, how it will change. Like, it has already changed the landscape of the city. If we talk about the built form and all that thing, if we talk about the realization of FSI, it was also increased. Can we tap that by charging those people who are along the metro line, because they have converted it in a bigger way? Because that can be a huge resource for us.
Do you have last comment?
Yeah, someone was pointing out towards the huge potential of property tax, what it has. I completely agree, because it's a huge source of revenue for most of the urban local bodies. But my question is, how often does the property tax get revised? Because when I went through the Cochin CDP report, it says that for the past 13 years, the property tax has not been revised in Cochin. So, if any of you could share your experience on the property tax, and since it's going to be the most important source of revenue, how do you plan to tap it up in the future?
Let me try a first shot at that. It's much worse than not revising the property taxes, not revising the property values. See, that's what doesn't happen. If you were to raise the property tax rate, that would not make as much impact if you could just index the value of your property. That's where it comes from.
But Delhi has done it really well. Like, since last 2 years, the government has increased it manifold. Like, it's almost doubled.
And the states have not given it all. Like
Punjab has not limited.
Yeah, they are not increasing coverage. That's another issue. Like, unauthorized colonies and the urban.
But that's the whole point. Yeah. That's why it doesn't show. Whereas in Karnataka, I was talking to someone, KP Krishnan, who has a house in Karnataka and he has a flat in Delhi. And he says, he pays a pittance for property tax in Delhi compared with what he pays in Karnataka. So it's, this was 6 months ago, so I don't know.
Karnataka is self-assessment.
Yeah.
Delhi, there is a lot divide between, like, there are people who are having flats in the society and all that, they are paying the money. But then on the other hand side, there are too many properties which are not paying even a single penny.
Well, right there are several examples that were raised by all of you about ways in which we can tap resources that are right there. I mean, nothing has been done about it. I mean, the revision of the land value, property taxes, what to do with peri-urban land, which is where a lot of the expansion is taking place, clearly is where the potential lies. Also with capacity building, as you said, one of the things is mentoring models. There are a lot of retired folks, even just that simple thing, which some of the cities in Tamil Nadu have been debating, where they try to bring back people who have had that capacity and link them up with cities and municipalities and others. There are several ways in which we can explore it. And the work that you're doing and will be doing, and which we will be doing here at ICRIER with partnering with HUDCO and other organizations, hopefully will give some concrete examples about how to move forward. And again, I want to apologize for the late start today. And thank you all for coming here and for sharing your insights. Thank you, Dr. Ahluwalia, for your time. I know how busy you are. And Mr. Baligar, my mistake, for your time, and all our esteemed colleagues. Thank you very much. There is lunch outside.